Welcome to the Well. Maria Mellano from Integral Bloom with Angela Marie from Grounded Dreamers. And we're super excited to be back for the year, right? 2025 is here. So this is our January 2025 Pause at the Well reading. We do this offering monthly, the first Monday of the month, unless it's a holiday. And then we either don't have it on a Monday or we do it the next Monday. But we're welcoming in the new year with our beautiful reading today. And before we do that, let's just pause ourselves, take a deep breath in, and let your breath oxygenate all your cells in your body. Feel your breath flowing down into your diaphragm, opening up your pelvic floor, growing roots down into the earth and getting grounded, and letting those roots expand and really weave a sense of holding for this space that we love to hold, that we call Pause at the Well. And let's move into the reading.
Okay.
An exciting, very aligned reading today.
Yeah, this is a happy new year in a new way. I think that a lot of us are conditioned to have that year turn over and then hit the ground running, make the resolution, get the plans going, make a new start, fresh start, whatever. Great, that's great. And we should always approach our lives in that way, not just at the turn of the year. At this time, the reading is calling for us to slow down a little bit, not go forward so fast. And what I got was, uh-oh, that's not going to come clear, is it? Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Sorry. I think when I have this setting,
Oh, yeah, you blurred the background just a smidgen.
I'll do it really quickly. Um, that. Okay, here I am again. All right, now we can see the card. I got what the winter spirits know.
Mm.
And this is a reminder to allow for um, hold your vision, keep what you planned in sight and in your heart, but also don't rush forward too fast. This is talking sort of about divine obstacles, divinely placed obstacles that are the universe is providing for you to remind you to slow the pace, to regroup. Maybe at the last part of last year, which is it may have been a little chaotic, or it may have been a little um, explosive, and all these ideas came to light, and I'm ready to hit it in 2025. That's all well and good, but the energy right now is to slow your pace. I think we mentioned in the group to hold those ideas, but let them sit on ice for a little bit
Mhm.
while we sort of thaw out our own energy and let it align to prepare ourselves for the achievements. And then I got hold your vision.
Mhm.
And from this, I got hold it in your heart, know that it's there, that deeper sense of knowing that this thing I want to transform or this thing I want to achieve is there. Um, and when the time is right, when the winter has thawed, when all the pieces are in place, it will be time to move. But for now, just hold that knowing that you'll reach this new point. Just hold that in your heart. And then we move to the mind, which is usually our biggest obstacle, right? It's usually our driving force and also the
Mind
thing,
and mood, right?
right?
Mind and mood. Those are our two biggest.
And it's usually either the thing that propels us, like makes us push forward, or stops us because of worry or whatever. And this is just reminding us, it says overthinking can spoil the magic. So we need to strike a balance between
Yeah.
utilizing our mind to make plans and holding the idea in our heart, and then waiting and listening for the right time to move,
Mhm.
because the magic won't show up if we're blocking it with recurring thoughts.
Mm.
Then I got breath, and this is fully into the body now. This is allowing you to be in the moment, allowing you to um, absorb all that has come before and prepare for what is to come by just focusing in this moment now. It
Mhm.
could also mean communing with nature and finding a way to um, sort of clear, for momentarily, clear the thoughts, clear the worry, clear our minds and get present. And then after the breath card is interesting, I got no thingness. And remember, this is resisting attachment to any outcome.
Mhm.
No one way is the right way. It's we have now, and then we have the thing that we want to achieve and transform into, and the path is for us to create. We don't
Mhm.
have to jump there and only end up in this one, painted picture of how we see it. We can allow for that flow to move us toward it. Um, and then as we're in our breath and staying resistant to needing one outcome to show up, I got truth.
Mhm.
This is leaving you with what is your truth? That is deep in your core as well. Yes, I want to, achieve this, but what are they going to think if I do this? And what is the right way to create this project? What is the sort of marketing 101 platform or protocol? None of that is taking effect yet. For now, you only have your truth. What do I want to achieve? And from where, like, where is this coming from for me? What is this? What is my why here? Right? These are things to really flesh out as you move forward toward your goal. And remember, this is a slow movement. This is not a
Mhm.
quick burst to start the year. This is like, okay, I got through 2024, I got through whatever that was, and now I'm ready to create, and I'm going to do this in a different way. I'm going to co-create with the universe and allow for my own energy to move in the way it wants to as I move toward that.
Mhm.
After the truth card, I got waterfall. So now you feel a little flow. Now
Mhm.
things are not as tricky or hard, and there are really no obstacles to overcome. And then
Mhm.
if an obstacle comes in our way, we can just allow the energy to smooth it over and wash over it because we've aligned ourselves to prepare for this.
Mhm.
And then the last card in this group is rebirth, and this is our soul ready to go. This is that level of I've prepared all the foundations and now I'm ready to rise. I'm ready to ascend into this new fill in the blank, whatever that is for you.
Mhm. Lovely, so beautiful. Let's pause and just see for yourself in this reading what applies to your journey and what intention then is connected to that. So I invite everyone to breathe in again, let the breath oxygenate all your cells, and just kind of using that imagery of the forest, be like those trees growing roots down into the earth and breathing in and allowing that breath to transmute whatever it is as well that you're releasing as you begin to move forward in this rebirth that is getting cultivated at this time. So just be with this for a moment, see what you see in yourself for the reading, and begin to let that create an intention for you to carry forward. And I want to highlight the magic in this reading and the overthinking, right? The overthinking spoils the magic. And allowing space from that overthinking, which opens up space for the magic. So I love that part of this reading today. So, and we'll get more into that as the second part comes through. But all right, you ready for the second part? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we ended with rebirth. We have that point where our soul feels ready to make this move. And then, as would have it, spirit is always guiding us to once again get grounded. Now
Yeah.
that your soul is ready to rise, make sure your body and your energy is rooted. We
Able.
had that forest card, like Maria said, and see those roots and feel the energy of those trees, and also the oxygen and the life force that the trees provide us.
Right.
The full effect of that. This is really making sure we're grounded as we move forward because we are preparing to go and reach our goals. And then we have one last check in with our energy. I got purity. This is clearing the mind, making sure your meditative practices are in place, maybe even double up on them. If you just meditate once a day, try twice. Um, Cleansing your mind with those practices, cleansing your body, getting out and getting fresh air, using your lungs to cleanse the energy from your body. Movement always helps with that. And then maybe some, visionary work to cleanse your spirit and see where you're headed. Really paint that picture in your mind. All the while, staying in the now. I keep getting the now. I keep getting that. So this is just gentle reminders for us. We may feel like we're going to make a little progress, and then in that progress, in that step forward, there's a new now,
Mhm.
right? And so from this vantage point of this now, what's my next step? And then you have a new now. So that's sort of the patterning and the practice that we're trying to achieve here. And as we have that alignment, then I got breach.
Mhm.
How the whale, he kind of comes up for air and breaks the surface, right? And sees a new vision
Emerges from the depths.
from the depths and gets to see a new existence completely because, all the whale knows is under the water. And then suddenly there's sky and air and sunlight. And so this is for you, for your energy, energetically,
Yeah.
to shift a perspective or to see it in a new way. Maybe have a new idea for how you're going to move forward in this movement that you've created for this month. And then we land on Epiphany. And
Mm.
in the group, I took this literally as an epiphany, as, oh, I got it, right? I shifted my perspective and now I see. I have a new approach. I know.
Right. The realization, the revelation that one of our group members highlighted. Yeah.
And then the group members reminded me that today is, or Maria reminded me, she was looking in her calendar and this card came up at the same time, and it is the day of Epiphany. In
Yeah.
a lot of in a lot of cultures and areas of the world, this is the day of realization. This is the revelatory, turning of the energy to begin the new.
Yeah.
And
And the day the three kings, the three magi, right? Magi magic visited the baby Jesus, right? In biblical story. Yeah. So this magic that's been coming in and staying in the now, and it's all kind of divinely and inspirationally connected.
that's awesome. Because for me, I'm just Miss Literal, and I thought, oh, sure, an epiphany. But
Well,
yeah.
and also just to put a plug in, right? You don't go in advance and say, oh, this is Epiphany. So you choose the cards. It always comes through just inspirationally, spontaneously, yeah, energetically. So I just want to highlight that too.
And and to
So
even
fun.
pull the covers further back, I go approach these readings. I always pull a set before we open the session that when we meet.
Mhm.
This often, but today for sure, I pulled the cards. I was like, nah, this isn't
Mm-mm.
gonna fly. These aren't good reading. This isn't a
Your
good
own
read.
doubts.
I
And then
doubt
you
it.
get the confirmation.
And
Okay.
especially because I was saying earlier how that winter ice, it's like time to slow down. I'm like, what do you mean
Yeah.
slow down? I've been slowed down. But as we went through the reading a little more, because I was resistant to the idea, I was like, this is not going to be a good reading. But as we went a little more into it, I came to realize, well, yes, I personally may have been in a slowed down mode and it is ending. And this is just the way I ease myself out of it and
Mhm.
move forward. I don't have to snap to it. So yeah, interesting. And the epiphany card for sure, I had no clue what
Yeah.
today is.
I want to highlight what you're saying because it's so important about all of our relationship to intuition and the doubts that naturally come in the face of listening to our intuitive little voice inside, and how that connects with our higher self, our power, our higher power, our relationship with God, whatever it is in your own journey that you are relating to. And that how the confirmation that always comes through your readings is helping you strengthen your gift, right? And that we all have that available to us, that we all have gifts. We all have these natural intuitive gifts, and it's important to get those confirmations along our journey so that we develop confidence in ourselves and what we have to offer the world. And I've watched that happen with you. So I love your authenticity and vulnerability in sharing what you just shared about your journey.
Oh, for sure. My intuition and my thinking mind always battle one another. It's like anyone else. That's the human condition, right?
Right.
And yes, and our intuitions, you and I, are closely connected from the moment we met. And so, like the Epiphany card, Maria had said, I just read this in my calendar. I just looked at it and the card came up. We
Yeah.
do that a lot with our,
So we had our own epiphany, right? I love it.
so yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
then that comes back to trust, right? It comes back to trusting. And as human beings, we lose that, quite often, I think, because we want to think our way forward, but that trust it's so important to stay in touch with that. Okay, so we did whale, we did the breach, get a new vision, then we have the click, the light bulb goes off. It's time for a new fresh start, a new realization. Then I got dragonfly, emergence. Now it's starting to take shape. So we took, this reading is for the month of January. So let's just say however long this process takes from the beginning of knowing that we have to slow down and find our path forward in an easeful way. All of this and timeline wise could be different for any of us. But at some point, we get to the point where, yeah, I'm ready. Like, here comes my soul now. It's really, really ready to join in on the fun. Kind of like that rebirth card was that first stage of, okay, I'm on board. Now, this is just another level of that, a little more maybe concretized, a little more certain that I'm heading in the right direction. Because the next card is confirming that I got transformation, and now the transformation is taking place. And as I like to say always, any transformation in our lives starts from the inside. It starts from our inner being, whether we're paying attention to that or not. But that's where the momentum comes from. That's where we get inspired from. That's where we connect to spirit. That's where we get messages to put our plans in place. Whether we're paying attention or not, it's happening,
Yeah.
right? Inside
Yeah.
out,
It's how we transcend the ordinary of the world, right? It's how
every
we
time.
get in, we access the magic and the possibilities that live there. That's the transformational way of being in the world. Yeah.
That magic again. Yes, it is. And then the last card I got is called Time to Dance Around the Sun. This is
Mhm.
a part of celebration.
I love
This
that.
is assessing how far you have come, because yeah, you've got plans ahead, but look how much you've achieved to get yourself here to prepare for what's next.
Yeah.
Celebrate that, absorb your success, and own it. And then know that you can carry that same momentum and that level of success you've had, whatever this transformation is. It could be an internal one, it could be an outside project, could be of multiple things, but whatever that is, celebrate it. I've made it this far. I've done the work. I've set the table. I've prepared my foundation to move forward, and yay
Yeah.
for me. And then things will flow forward from there.
I love that. And it's like a launching our journey around the sun, right? Like we're in January, it's January 6th, it's the Epiphany, and we're launching our journey around the sun, right? And a year from now, when we're here again, it's going to be so fun to see, okay, what was our journey like around the sun this year? So I love that celebratory inspiration that's coming through as we take flight. And there's a lot of flight in this reading too. Like on that card, there was the image of that was sort of like an eagle, somewhat of an eagle image, eagle and lion tail, it looks like. And then there was the rebirth card with the birthing coming out of the lion tail. And then there was the unicorn card, which of course has the wings, right? And then there's been a couple different firefly images coming through. And then
And
there's
taking
Yep,
flight.
and then the whale breaching, and his fins kind of look like wings in a way, right? Kind of taking flight. So there's a lot of like slowing down and being in the now while also emerging and taking flight and the transformation of that symbolism.
That's the balancing act. That's the trick. Yeah.
It's so true. Well, thank you so much. And let's see, our next pause at the well will be Monday, February 3rd. So we hope to see you then and have a beautiful month.